One thing I like to pride myself on is listening to you guys down in the comments, and after seeing all your game recommendations from the past 2 videos, I finally found a game that I believe will please all of you. Now, hear me out. It has ULTRAKILLs art style, Deadlinks cyberpunk theme, Get to the Orange Door's unmatched speed, and a clear Doom inspiration, all while putting its own spin on each aspect. And despite being made largely by a solo developer, this game does a damn good job at holding its own against these bigger projects. And look, I get it. That's a pretty bold claim, but I seriously can't understate how great this game is. Oh, right, yeah, we're talking about... Set in the decaying city of Paradise, you play as John Turbo. That's not a joke. A street cleaner hired to cleanse the city of its rogue AI host and its assiduous army of augmented amalgamations. Or for short. And if that wasn't enough to do, well, you're not the only one who wants that reward. You'll face other competing bounty hunters, each gifted with a powerful augment that you can politely ask to borrow. The story is simple to follow and effective at keeping you engaged. But hey, I know why you're really here. For the weapons, and for the... What is that noise? This video is sponsored by War Thunder! War Thunder is by far the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made. You want planes? We got them. You want helicopters and warships? We got those too. Over 2,000 of them in fact, all thrown into the same arena to battle it out in dynamic, combined arms PvP. Each and every vehicle is incredibly detailed, even being modeled down to the individual components, creating a highly immersive combat experience. Oh, that sure sounds pretty good, but is it free to play now on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation? Damn right it is! The game also has a super in-depth customization system for all your vehicles. That includes hundreds of camos, historical markings, and most importantly, decorations. And once you're out in the field, you'll notice that the game features one of the most dynamic and detailed vehicle damage models in gaming. You don't just have regular old pool of HP. No, vehicles actually suffer damage to their individual components and crew. This can be seen with the damage x-ray, which will tell you exactly what or who got hit. Something that really impressed me was the sheer variety of vehicles. I mean, look at them all. You can play War Thunder right now for free on PC, PlayStation, or Xbox using my link in the pinned comment and description. And as a little bonus, new players across all platforms and ones who haven't played for at least 6 months can claim a large bonus pack with the exact same link. This limited time bundle includes multiple premium vehicles, a premium account, an exclusive 3D decorator for all your vehicles, and much more. So what are you waiting for? Go download War Thunder today. Alright, see you later, man. Yeah, see ya. Right, now where were we? Oh yeah, I know why you're really here. For the weapons, and for the movement. The arsenal in this game is nothing short of incredible. You have 10 main weapons, besides a few outliers, they're typical of a Doom-inspired shooter. You have your super shotgun, your rocket launcher, chain gun, etc. It's the exceptions that really impress me. With each unique weapon I unlocked, I found myself regularly shocked by how fucking cool they were. You've got a sniper rifle that teleports you inside the enemy you snipe, creating a bloody explosion as you reach them, sensibly named the Telefragger. You have an orbital laser. And the answer is yes, by the way. It is as cool as it sounds. What? This game has a great way of urging you to use each one of your weapons to their fullest potential. Something that I completely ignored while playing Doom Eternal for the first time. They achieve this with corruption zones, which when you enter, 90% of your weapons will start to glitch out, with only a select few still working. Now I really liked this because it made me try out weapons that I'd initially shrugged off in favor of my usual rotation. The enemy choice is smart too, generally filling the arena with monsters that are weak or vulnerable to that specific weapon. This not only makes for a much more varied experience, but also a more immersive one, by letting you try things for yourself rather than outright telling you how your gun works. It's really impressive. And I haven't even mentioned weapon upgrades yet. And Turbo Overkill has some of the coolest ideas. That's a common theme in this game. Cool. Cool. Each weapon you find has unlockable upgrades that improve and enhance that weapon's abilities. The starter pistols, for instance, are pre-installed with an upgrade that can target up to 5 enemies. Once fully charged, it spits out a fan of bullets straight towards the 5 unlucky contestants. Now the only downside is, it's not very good against beefier opponents. Well, I mean, that's if you don't have the insta-kibber. This upgrade enables you to overcharge your magnums after dealing damage, giving you the unfair ability of two-shotting nearly every heavy in the game. And as long as you don't miss, you have 8 full seconds before you need to charge it again. And since the levels tend to have more and more big boys to deal with as you progress, this became my go-to for taking care of them. Now, I bring this up because it's a great example of how the game repurposes weapons to make them more versatile. The boomer shotgun has a grenade launcher attachment for dealing with groups instead of single targets. You can drop one of your Uzis to become more accurate, making it more viable for long-range encounters. It's all so well thought out. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention your very first weapon, and one of the main themes of this game. You got a freaking chainsaw for a leg. Not only is this a highly effective way of dealing with large groups of grunts, and a really satisfying one at that, but it's a remarkable movement tool.
He said it!
Oh yeah, we're on the moving now, baby. You knew it was coming. This game has the most enjoyable movement I've ever had the luxury of experiencing. Yes, I've played Titanfall, I've played ULTRAKILL, haven't played Neon White, heard it's good though. My opinion might be different to yours, and that's fine. If you want to convince me otherwise though, the comment section's right down there. Just keep it civil, alright? Now, it might not have the depth of Titanfall or the variety of ULTRAKILL, but there's something about how responsive it feels which really turbos my overkill. No, damn it, I knew it was bad the second I said it. It really tickles my fancy. You can slide, wall run, double jump, and there's even a grapple hook. Now, I know what you're thinking. He just listed off the most basic movement and said it was more enjoyable than ULTRAKILL. Look, I know that sounds bad, and if that was all there was to it, then I'd agree with you. But with the help of augments and the gene machine, you can go from this to this. Too fast aren't real words in Turbo Overkill's vocabulary. You have a total of 40 augments, 10 of which enhance your movement to some degree. Something as simple as faster strafe speed can make such a huge difference in how snappy it feels, and I really like how they slowly introduce them. They give you just enough time to get used to your old upgrades before giving you a brand new feature. You've got one that reveals previously hidden portals that you can teleport to, instantly increasing your mobility tenfold. There's one that makes you slide way faster, meaning you can cross huge gaps. Combine this with the triple jump augment and your grapple hook, and there's no chasm you can't cross. And you might think this wouldn't be very useful, but I was genuinely stunned by how often the movement allowed me to create my own shortcuts. And even on smaller indoor levels, Turbo Overkill continues to impress me. One of my favorites is Dead Plaza from episode 1. Despite being a comparably smaller map, it still feels quite large with how you're required to retread previously cleared arenas. And I just really like the theme. It's very reminiscent of the simulation domes in Titanfall 2's campaign. And I think this is the point where Turbo Overkill really shines. It's always got something different to show you, some new mechanic. Whether you're fighting your way across moving cars, riding a motorcycle through a storm drain, or clearing out a casino to this absolute banger, there's such a massive variety of content that I never once found myself bored. And this extends to the enemy types as well. I mean, just look at this roster, all with different resistances and counters, stylish ways to take them out. I don't want to tell you too much since you're going to buy this game immediately after you finish this video, but the last 4 or 5 levels, man, you guys are in for a treat. All this to say, if you like satisfying gunplay, unique upgrades, creative levels, incredible movement, great soundtracks, and well-designed enemies and bosses, then go and try out Turbo Overkill. You can play the first 3 levels for free, which is more than enough for you to figure out if you'd like it or not. If you want more, then go check out my other videos. This one covers some unique FPS roguelikes, and this one shows off some hidden indie gems. Go check them out. Thanks again to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. You can go and play it right now for free, and make sure to use my link in the description or the pinned comment to get a large bonus pack, which includes some fresh vehicles, boosters, and more. But remember, it's limited time only.